Hi, my name is Mike Prather. I'm doing a short video on extended access list. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a simple extended access list that will block host A from using the Telnet protocol to get to router B to remotely connect to it. In previous videos, I showed you how to set up EIGRP, how to set up a standard network, and how to set up your Telnet or VTY lines. And for the setup for this, we have all these networks that are established. The connections are green. I used EIGRP protocols to connect all the routers. They all talk fine. I also set up the VTY lines on router B and router 0. I'll test my communications to make sure it pings across just fine. And I'll do it more than once because sometimes it fails the first time. I'll do it a third time just to make sure. There we go. So that's communicating fine. I will also VTY or Telnet into router B just to make sure you can see that it works. So I'll go to my command prompt here and I will Telnet into 172.20.1.6. And the password I set up was Telnet, and I'm in the router, and if I type enable, it asks for the enable password, which I also set for Telnet. You'll need to do both of these in order for you to verify that this works. So then I'll exit out of this. Okay, so you see I successfully was able to, from host A, Telnet into router B. I could also do it in router 0. I tested it earlier. Okay, so now I'm going to apply an extended access list. Unlike standard access lists, which are applied closest to the target, extended access lists are applied closest to the source. So we're going to apply this access list to the fast Ethernet port on a router, which is the router closest to the source. So I will go into the terminal and connect to the router, and I'll be in and global configuration mode, and it's access list just like before. I'm going to use the number 110. The standard access list range of numbers that you can use are different than the extended. The extended are from, or the standard are from 1 to 99, where the extended starts at 100. And they go from 100 to 199 and an upper range of 2,000 to 2,699. Okay, so I just picked 110 because I know that would work, but some of the protocols you may be working with, you may have to refer to your book or go online to see if there's a specific number for that particular protocol. Okay, so you have access list, the number, just like before in your standard list. And then we're going to either deny or permit. In this case, we're denying. And who are we denying? We're going to deny any source. This is the source. So first it comes source, and then we're going to deny them going to what target, which was 172.20.1.6. Now you can use a wildcard mask like that, or if you're doing a range of IP addresses, you can do a different wildcard. Since I'm using a single one, I'm going to put host in front of this. So it knows, hey, this is just a single IP address, and it will default to the 0.0 mask there. Okay, so access list 110, deny. Oh, I forgot something. Access list, deny. After the deny, we have to put which general category of IP addresses we're denying. So access list 110, deny TCP. Okay, there's 3 protocols that you could put here: TCP, UDP, or ICMP. Almost all the other protocols like Telnet fall within one of those categories. Telnet happens to fall under the TCP protocol, so we'll put TCP here. So my access list 110, we're denying a generic TCP protocol from any source to a specific host, this host, and then we have to follow it with either an EQ for equal, a LT for less than, or GT for greater than, followed by the port number of Telnet or whatever you wish to block. Okay. You may use the additional log option, which will, every time it denies access for this or every time this rule is true, it will log an entry for that, but we're not going to use that for now. So I'll recap this. Access list, the appropriate access list number for an extended, whether you're going to deny or permit, the protocol category, TCP, UDP, or ICMP, the source address, the destination address, equal to, less than, or greater than, and the port on which you wish to block. Okay, so now this has also, like in standard, this has an implicit deny all option to it. It's not an option, it's mandatory. So when you put in your access list, you don't know it, but the very last line in your every access list is deny all. We're going to see that in just 1 second. So now we have our access list created. We need to apply it to an interface. So I go to interface 00, and then I go IP access group 110, and I have to apply it to an inbound or outbound interface. I'm going to go inbound. So anything going into the router from the interface, it's going to apply that to. So let me go back and show you what I did. And this router interface is fast Ethernet. We said any traffic coming in to that router, regardless of where it comes from, because we said any source, if it's going to this port, the 172.20.16, using a protocol of 23 or port 23, block it. Okay, so we'll try that. We'll go back to here where we used to be able to telnet, and we're going to try to telnet again. Oops, I'm going to go to command prompt, and we'll try to telnet, and it should tell me you can't. Now, I'm going to try to telnet this router here that I had set up, the 10.10.10.11. And it will also be blocked because that implicit denial that said deny all. Matter of fact, that implicit deny not only blocks that, but it will block a ping. Watch, I'll try to ping between these two, which I were able to do before, but now I can't. Okay, so we need to edit that. So remember, on a standard or extended list, you can add to the bottom of it. You just can't modify an entry you already made without wiping out the whole list and putting it back in again. If your lists are extensive, you may want to copy your list into a notepad document so you can paste them back in and recreate the list. It makes it editing easier. So I'll go back in terminal. I'm going to exit out of the interface, and I'm going to go access list 110, and this one I'm going to go permit IP any. Okay, so we just said we're pretty much allowing everything, but remember that line item entry goes underneath our first one. So if we go back and take a look at it, show access list, our first entry is the denial. If this matches, it will deny and then jump out of the access list. If there's no match for the first entry, then it will go to the second, which allows everything, and jump out. It will never get to that implicit deny because we're allowing all. We don't have to reapply this to the interface because it's already being applied. We told it to apply. So we'll come back over to here and we'll try to do this again. I will try to do the original one that were blocked, and it should still be blocked. Okay, and now I'm going to apply it to my other router, and now it allows me to do it. So that's our extended access list. Thank you very much.